This video is going to show you how to drop the transmission out of your Porsche 911, generation 997.1 and 997.2. This may also apply to the 996 generation. This video will at least cover the 2005, 2008 Porsche 911s with the 6-speed manual transmission. And you can probably use this video for your 996 and also your 997.2, which is from years 2009 to 2012. So let's get started. So the reason I'm making this video is because maybe you have a problem with your transmission and you need to send it off to a shop such as a G-Box Incorporated out in Colorado. And you know, it'd be really difficult, one, to send your car out there and have, a shop look at it. So if you're able to just drop your transmission yourself and then send it out, you'll save yourself probably $2,000 on labor, having the transmission in and out, as well as any shop storage fees. I know that probably a lot of the parts in this video and the tooling will add up to maybe $2,000. The quick jacks here around $1,500 with the SCV risers, getting a quality transmission jack. But if you do have several cars, I do recommend doing this yourself. And yeah, it'll save you a lot of time, labor, and also storage fees if you drop your transmission yourself, and then you can send it out for any rework. So let's get started. As always, everything used in this video will be linked in the description below. And the first thing we're gonna do is take these quick jacks off the wall and raise the car up. So we are using the quick jack system. This is the 5,000 pound system here. If you are interested in this product, I have linked it in the video description. All we do is just slide the quick jacks under the car, hook it up to power, and then we hit the up arrow. You can see right here how easy it is to lift this car up. I've now done this, I've had this for 5 years now. If you are interested in the quick jack system, I put it in the video description below. I wouldn't do any work without this stuff. Absolutely love it. And I'll show you the one trick we have to do next once these lock into place. So now that it's gone past the bump stops, we hit down and lock it in place, and now we're secure. All right, guys, we're now into the car, and I want to show you the clearance we have at this point. So from the ground to the bottom of the oil pan, it's around 18 inches on the nose, but we need more height than that. So to go from 18 inches of lift height to maybe like 26 or 28 inches, we're gonna need what are these SCV extensions. I've also linked these in the description below in the video. And what we're gonna do is pretty much lower the car onto jack stands and the transmission jack. And then we're gonna go pull these quick jacks out, put the SCV extenders on, and then relift it back up to get our extra around 8 inches of clearance. All right, guys, so what I did is I went under the front of the car first, and I removed this front panel right here. It's just some like T25s or something like that, and a couple of 10mm plastic nuts. And then I'm putting, since I have switch tracks, these flat bottom jack stands under the front subframe on the left and the right. And now we're gonna go and lower the car. We're gonna put a jack in the rear. Let's do it right now. All right, guys, I got my transmission jack under the rear of the car. And at this point, we're gonna take a block of wood and we're gonna put it on the lifting surface, this right here. And we're gonna go jack up onto the oil pan. Okay, that's good. And now I am gonna go and lift the car up. All right, so the car is now fully up on the quick jacks. I'm gonna move these cams into the lowering position. Okay, I'm gonna make sure my jack stands in the front of the car are in a good spot under the subframe, and they are. And at this point, I'm gonna go lower the car down. So now I've got the weight of the car on the transmission jack in the rear, and it's on the subframe in the front. So it's totally off of the quick jacks. So now we're gonna go slide this out. Okay, and we're gonna lower this down. All right, so the quick jacks are all down. You can see we're on the two front and we're in the rear. It's pretty much how rally cars lift it up between stages, so 3-point to triangle. So now we're gonna go and put the extenders on the quick jacks here. Slide it back under and raise the car up. All right, guys, so we went from 18 inches to around 22 and a half. So we only really gained an extra like 4.5 inches, but this will really matter. All right, guys, and that is how you jack up your car, your Porsche 911, to remove your manual transmission. You can see here again, those SUV risers are critical to getting this transmission out, so let's get started. Although this part isn't completely necessary, it will help out from getting in and out of the car. We're gonna remove the both rear wheels off the 911 here. And repeat for the other side. All right, our next task here is gonna be to remove this rear trapezoidal panel, this middle panel, as well as the center section panel as well. It's gonna be a bunch of T25s and 10mm plastic nuts. All right, next thing we're gonna do is remove these diagonal black braces here, this silver brace right here, this diagonal brace right here, and this center support right here. That's gonna help us get the transmission down. So it's gonna be a bolt here with a nut on the end, a bolt, a bolt, a bolt here, a bolt here, a bolt here, bolt there, etc. And then drop all that down. All right, with that center section at a place here, I want to remove the rear sway bar. So 2 bolts here, and then your 1 bolt that connects to your drop link. All right, guys, you're gonna have to disconnect your negative on the battery for this next part. Let's get under the car here. So, little bulk item here. So let me turn my flashlight on. You're gonna remove. This is the starter cable right here. So it comes from your battery for your starter. Remove that. There's like this bracket. Pop this nut off first, and then get these 2 nuts in the back. There's this other black bracket. There's 2 bolts. There's one right here, one right there, and there's gonna be one right here. And after that, do your drive shafts, okay? Left and right side, your drive shafts. We're gonna pop off these shifter cables right here. I've got the numeric, so I'm gonna pop these off and then unbolt these, loosen the nut on both of these here. And then you want to also pop loose your coolant lines and zip tie them to the passenger side of the car, get them as far away as possible. On the top here, there's gonna be a reverse, this is your reverse light switch. Unplug him, okay. And that's gonna be pretty much all the ancillary bits. All right, go ahead and pop off your shifter cables right here. It's a ball and socket design. Just use a pry tool and pry it off. Next, you're gonna go and pop your shifter cables out of the body bracket clamp. For the numeric, you're gonna use the supplied wrench. And if you have the stock cables, you're just gonna these little plastic, black plastic clips here, just squeeze them in. Pull it down. Just to help with access of removing the transmission down, I am going to remove that shifter cable bracket. It's going to be 2 13mm bolts, one right here and one up here. All right, since the clutch bleeding procedure is so easy on these cars, and I will link a description of the video how to bleed the clutch in these cars, I would recommend coming up here, and this is your clutch line. And this is where it attaches to the slave master cylinder, this nut right here. So go ahead and crack that loose and have a vacuum plug ready to cap that off. You will have to disconnect it right here. I zip tied mine in place last time. This will just pop up out of this bracket. You can see here, this is what the clutch line looks like pulled off of the car with the black rubber stopper put in there. I will advise that you put a rag up here to catch a lot of that brake fluid coming down. For me, this was a 13mm banjo bolt. So yeah, remove that and let's keep going. And just to show you real quick, so the reason why we undid the slave cylinder hydraulic line is because this slave cylinder is extremely hard to get back into the bell housing of the transmission once it's in place. This is a hydraulic line and this is all pressurized. So trying to push the ramrod into this hole here and lining up these two bolts by yourself with no access, it's extremely hard to do. It's possible, but it's very hard to do. So that's why I recommend just disconnecting the line here and then bleeding the clutch later. I went ahead and zip tied these coolant lines over to a suspension member of the car to get out of the way to prep for this transmission drop down. All right, this next step is optional. For example, if you're just doing the clutch on your car, but I am gonna go and drain the transmission. This is a 24 socket, so I'm gonna go and undo this this vent plug right here. Okay, that's a 24, and then I'm gonna go put a pan under here and do this 24mm bolt, drain all the fluid out because I am gonna rebuild this transmission. So like I mentioned, it's gonna be a 24 nut right here. I have already loosened the fill port, which has no washer on it. So this will help with the flow, okay? Just a rough drain. All right guys, we're under the transmission right now. So the next thing we're gonna do is remove all of the bolts that surround the bell housing that connects the transmission to the engine itself. For this top bolt, I'll show you what we have to do. You're not gonna be able to get to it, so you're gonna have to eventually support the transmission with a transmission jack. You're gonna unbolt all this bracing here, lower the transmission down, and then you put a 3-foot extension to get that top last bolt, so I'll show you what to do. All right, our next order of business here is gonna be taking our transmission jack, putting it under the transmission and offering support to the transmission itself with the jack. You don't have to ratchet it on or chain it at this point. We're just looking to give this transmission some support so that we can go disconnect all the bracketry at the front of the transmission to then tilt it down to access the bolt, which is located at the 12 o'clock position. So we are on the trans right now as we go on to the next step. All right, we're at the front of the transmission, closest to the front of the car. We're gonna go and remove 1, 2, 3, 4 of these transmission bracket nuts right here. And we're gonna remove these 2 bolts and they're gonna slide out, remove this as well. All right, this is the transmission bushing right here. After that, we're gonna remove pretty much this nut right here for this transmission bracket. It's this black U bracket looking thing. And then there's also one right here as well. All right, with all those bolts and stuff out, this bracket should come right down. And the next thing we're gonna do is remove these 2 nuts. They are to this black bracket that goes over top of the transmission. All right, I'm gonna try to give you the best angle I can for this next job, which is removing that 12 o'clock bolt, top of the transmission. All right, it is a 16. 3-foot extension, top of the trans, another extension, my 3/8 ratchet. All right. Okay, there's your 12 o'clock bolt. The bell housing is now free. All right, guys, the transmission is up. Put my jack stand right here. And now I'm gonna lower the transmission onto the jack stand. All right, so I went ahead and reinstalled this subframe member. There's a bolt here and a bolt down there. Okay, transmission jacks here. This jack stand is no longer needed. And now what I'm gonna do is put a jack under the engine here, floor jack, to support the engine, because if there's no, once this transmission slides out, the engine will fall down. So we're gonna put a floor jack right here, and then we're gonna go slide the transmission right out. I've got the transmission jack under the transmission. You want this, the U part facing the rear of the car. Floor jack, bottle jack. This gives us a nice little fidelity to raise and lower the engine as needed, so that the engine face, bell housing face are perfectly planar when we go to slide it out for that shaft. So we'll go strap the transmission in place with the chain and pull it out. All right, I've got the transmission in place here, as well as the engine. Come down on the transmission a little bit. Actually, come down on the engine as well. Again, this is why I like having, okay, slightly lower the engine. Okay, come backwards. Come down and come backwards. Come down. A little bit to the left. Down again. Come backwards. Come down. Come down. All right. We're on the ground. I'm gonna pull the transmission back. For our next step, we gotta support the engine long term. All right, so what are we gonna do? How are we gonna keep this engine in place? So we gotta pull this transmission to the back of the car, okay? You're gonna jack the engine up using your bottle jack. Take a little piece of wood. You're gonna go under the pressure plate and the flywheel. I'm gonna put it like this, and now I'm gonna go undo the bottle jack. Now our engine is supported, okay? Just like that. Now we can do whatever we want. We can lower the car down, etc. Look at all that right there. Engine supported on this brace. Put our bolts through right there. All right, we're pretty much home free. The last thing we have to do is just slide the transmission from out under the car. Might fit, and it does. So, all right, here we go. And there you have it. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below. Anything used in this video will be linked in the video description as well. And yeah, that's how you drop the transmission out of your 2005 to 2012 Porsche 911 manual 6-speed. And from here, we'll stop the video, but for me, I'm gonna go and open this thing up and see why it's popping out of 6th gear. So we'll see you next time. And just some quick safety recaps real fast. Always make sure before you remove the transmission out of the car that the engine itself is supported. If you remove the transmission and the engine is not supported, the engine will fall down, probably out of the car. I don't, you know, so make sure the engine is supported as well as the transmission when you go to pull out of the car. You saw in the video what we did there. It takes some rubbing the belly and patting the head at the same time. But yeah, you know, I believe you can do this. It's not too bad if you just know, you know what parts to unbolt and unfasten. And yeah.